Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom and Healing for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessings, y'all. So yes, I'm in the beautiful park in North Carolina. It's called Anderson State Park. I've been here before and I love it. We kind of found this little area right here. I'm underneath the trees and it's a perfect day. Not too hot, not too cold. You know, it's partly sunny, partly cloudy, and it is just the place to be. You see, I'm getting in the mood for this retreat that I'm hoping you ladies will be a part of from June 23rd to the 25th at the Eno River State Park in Durham, North Carolina. Right now I'm in a state or a city called Carborough, which is not too far from Chapel Hill. And it's a beautiful park. I mean, mothers bring their children, or parents bring their children to play. It looks like they're setting up not too far from here to have a graduation. This is where I did that little fashion runway thing. And there's lots of beautiful parks in North Carolina. I like to say, I feel like the whole North Carolina, well, I don't know the whole North Carolina, but what I've seen seems so nature and so park. And it's just right up my alley. You know, y'all, today I want to just, share with you some of the things that I'm actually working through and going through myself. You know, we're doing this 21-day intensive. It was called Return to the Sacred Womb. And I say return back to the sacred womb. For me, I had not been doing my sacred woman work. Yes, when you saw me in California, I was working out. I was doing my lifting weights. I was doing my getting up. I wasn't getting up at 4. Because the way the house was set up, my daughter was home from college, my husband, it just wasn't the space to be, his schedule, we only had one bathroom, it just didn't work out. But I was taking daily baths, but they were at the time of day when it wasn't from 4 to 6 a.m. when for us, as Africans, our melanin is at its highest. We're able to receive more spiritual messages and more clarity, and great healing takes place during that time. I was doing it at 6, 7, sometimes 8 a.m. My husband's in the living room, the bathroom's downstairs, not a very tranquil, quiet place to be, right? And then, but I was still, doing the raw foods. I was doing 1 meal a day, and I was really in it. And in a sense, that was a ritual. Yoga every day, running, squatting, lifting weights. But it was a different kind of ritual. It wasn't the going to my mother goddess and going to the altar. I didn't even have an altar when I lived with my husband in the loft. It wasn't the going to the altar feel. It wasn't the crying to your mother goddess because of all the wounds that your womb has endured. And so in the 21-day intensive, the Return to the Sacred Womb, I'm working with, we have 38 women in the intensive. Right now it's closed. It was a $97 special. It's part of my, every month I do a 3-hour intensive. I just decided that you cannot do the womb in 3 hours. And it's hardly you can do it in 21 days. But I knew that if I was to do that one, I had to open it up for 21 days to get some real healing. And I wanted to do it also because I know that when I do the retreat and I am sitting before 30 women, that I need to be a vessel of light and healing, a vessel of cleanliness, a vessel of sacredness, so that I could hold my sisters together and hold myself too. I know the power of nature to heal, and I know that we sisters need it. And so this week in our 21-day Return to the Sacred Womb journey, we're focusing on the yoni. For those who don't know, it's an ancient Sanskrit word, yoni meaning vagina. And how we focus on the womb. And the reason why a lot of black women now are focusing on the healing of the womb is because many of us have been afflicted. We're having yeast infections chronically, blood baths from fibroid tumors or endometriosis or PCOC and all kinds of anything they could think to call the names that they call for having afflictions and pains and hurts and dis-ease in your womb. We are experiencing it as black women, and most of us are tired. Either we went the surgery route, or we went the medication route, or the birth control route, but we're still suffering and we're still bleeding and we're tired. We're tired of it. We cannot take it anymore. And now we are returning back to our sacred selves, our guided selves, our African ways, our African healing ways, our natural selves. And in order to really do that, I realized that in order, before you even get to the womb, look at the womb as down the road. That on a natural way, that the womb is considered down the road. So you're looking down the road, but there's a pathway. There is a trail. There is a trail, like I'm going to say a trail, a gateway to the womb that's down the road, the womb, the uterus, where it holds all of our thoughts, ideas, our baggage, our pain, our sorrow, but also our potential of our hope, our life purposes. But we can't even get there because the gateway, which is the vagina, the yoni, is so clogged up, is so stagnant, is so filled with all of the stuff that we put in it. The rapes, the molestation, the lies, the abortions, the toxic sperm, the mistreatment, the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, the mental abuse has all been deposited in our yoni. And even me as a healer, see, I don't just facilitate these courses, I'm actually part of the course. And today I woke up and I was so, I did some womb work, I did a sacred douching with apple cider vinegar and just water, and it was a powerful opening. And I started seeing memories of past relationships and past hurts and all kinds of things that happened to me. And I have specific faces, and I was angry. I was enraged. I was so mad. Mad at myself for not being over it, mad at myself for something that I thought was gone is not gone, mad at myself for not protecting her when I could have done that, not sticking up for her when I could have done that, knowing that I didn't want to be with that person or be in that relationship or be in that situation, but not able to say no because what? My esteem was low, or I didn't want the person to leave, or I was afraid I would be alone, or whatever reasons of just not feeling good, thinking I deserved less, thinking I wasn't enough and more than enough. And I woke up today and I felt that anger and that rage. And I cussed, I was cursing, I was mother effers, was flowing out of my mouth. And I kept saying, oh my God, I gotta change the negative into a positive. I gotta change this negative words into an affirmation. The Spirit said, no, can we just get it out the way you feel it? Can we just be real about how you're feeling, no matter what words that takes? And I exhausted myself from, usually I sit there and I go through the 7 chakras, the energy centers in the body, and I do affirmations and they're all flowery and beautiful, and I fake it till I make it and let that go by. And I act as if I already have it, and I turn the negative into positives, and it was today, my affirmation was, I am overcoming an angry vagina. I am overcoming my angry vagina. I am overcoming my angry vagina. And I kept saying, my vagina is angry, my yoni is angry. And I kept thinking, oh my goodness, did Queen Afua not create a book called Overcoming the Angry Vagina? And don't I have that book? And didn't I read that book? And why didn't I see myself in that book? Why didn't I quite understand what that meant? But I felt it before I remembered the title of the book. I knew what I was experiencing, and I said to myself, I know that there's other queens experiencing as well. Now, when I work out with my group today, when I do a live stream for them every day. That's what the 21 days includes in the Return Back to the Sacred Womb, and the upcoming intensive, which is called Sacred Beauty, where we're focusing on that, which is healing. All of them is healing. All of them go back to the womb. All of them go back to the yoni. And so I'm going to work it out with them. And I'm going to go deep and talk about what came up and what was going on. But with you, I want to say, I know that you are dealing with an angry vagina too. I know that you've been violated, but I know you've been lied to. I know you've been hurt. I know you're carrying babies and you're sad. I know you're alone. I know you are. And I woke up this morning and I was exhausted that after I finished getting out, I did my yoga, I was mad. I went to the altar, I was mad. I got in that bathtub, I was angry. When I got out, I said I need a nap, and I took a 2-hour nap just to replenish myself so I could come outside and just be with nature and get grounded again and remember my beauty and my sacredness and that I'm more than enough. And then I get an email from a young woman, and you know who you are because you wrote me, and you told our story by telling your story about the abuse, about being pregnant, about dealing with yeast infections since you were, what, 17, about feeling betrayed by the father, by feeling that you're healing, you want to heal, you're dealing with crystals and you're still hurting, you're changing your diet, but you don't know how, and what can you do? If you have $97, you can join the next 21-day intensive. It starts the end of June, June 30th, and it's 21 days, and we will walk you through, young lady, and we will get you through this to healing. If you can come to North Carolina for the 2-day retreat, 2.5 days, we are doing ritual at the river, releasing and letting go at the river. That's what we're doing. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not asking for money. I'm not pretending to heal or be a healer or wanting to heal us. I am one of you, so I know what we've gone through. And even me, I went to another layer of healing that was still there. And I'm okay with that because I'd rather it come up. First, I was like, no, I could see why sisters don't want to do the healing work. Because at first it's like, oh, my skin is glowing, I eat raw foods, oh, I'm so sacred and beautiful, oh, my affirmations are so positive. And then you get down to the nitty gritty and you go, ooh, wait a second. I want to run. I want to turn back. I don't want to see myself. I don't want to go that deep. I don't want to face the hurt. But it will come up, it will show up in rage in those tumors, it will show up in rage in those affections, it will show up in rage in those negative relationships, it will show up in rage in those abortions, it will show up enraged if you don't deal with it. And I'm ready to deal with it. Today I'm wearing the color. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday represents Haru Kuti, which is the great warrior. Red. Red is the color for getting things done, letting nothing stop you. This is a sacred woman ritual. And so I am following that ritual. Today, my husband and I, we came out and we wanted to do a creative commercial for the next June intensive. It's going to start at the end of the month. It's going to run into July, of course. And it's called Healing with Sacred Beauty. The truth about your womb and your yoni. And how to truly heal that with your sacred beauty. And we're going to be going through all the rituals. And I wanted to do that. And also I wanted to film something for my Afrocentric Home and Style channel. And I'm sitting, there's a creek that's running right now here. Even though we got major traffic here, we got this creek here. This is kind of our lives. This is the anger that exists amongst the beauty that is the truth about us. This creek running is the truth about us. These trees standing is the truth about us, the healed part of us. But that traffic and that noise and that somewhat pollution, that's what we're not wanting to see or hear. So I purposely set myself here so I could remember that anger does exist, but I could get silence just like right now. Because we are enough, because we matter, and you have to know that. So I just wanted to remind you ladies to come to the retreat from June 23rd this month to June 25th. Go to the website, check out the video that's on the website that shows you where it's going to be and what we're going to be doing. Also, the return of the sacred beauty and the rituals that'll come from that and the healing. It's not just about being beautiful on the outside. Do you understand? If that's the case, we all could do that. We all could do clay masks. We all can do sea salt bath and get beautiful, smooth skin. It's what lies underneath that. That's what is the sexiest woman alive, is a healed woman. That's what I told my live stream folks today. Sisters, the sexiest, most beautiful woman is a healed woman. I'm going to speak up for my womb and my yoni. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm not burying anything because I was enraged today. But right now, I feel the healing and I feel the love and I feel the joy, and I feel the prosperity, and I feel the abundance, and I feel you. So for that young sister that wrote me today, please, if you watch this video, know that this is your answer. This is how I can assist you, and I really want to do it. And the assistance of all the sisters that's coming into the next intensive, as well as the retreat. Also, ladies, start small. I have an audio book for $10 on the website. It's a wonderful book. It teaches you how to start eating raw, because it's important to actually live in a living food diet when you're doing this kind of deep healing. Even if you decide to go back to vegan cooked food, you have to kind of go drastic to heal, because we've been through drastic things. You know, I also got Enlightenment lecture series where I'm talking about various subjects that I think would be very helpful to you. That's $11. You know, I have a $27 food, and I make my own beauty. I make my own skin products. I show you how to do some sea salt scrubs. I show you how to make vegan cooked foods like cornbread. I also show you how to make your own non-toxic cleaning products. $27. There's always a way that you can give back, and also don't give to yourself. I have past programs, other $97 3-hour intensives about moving. Maybe you need to move away from those people that you call your family that just ain't there for you, that just don't have your back. I have an intensive on how to move up and move out. Maybe you need to heal that heart. I have an intensive 3 hours, $97 for healing your heart. Go to the website and there's something for you. But I want to thank you for joining me in this beauty, and oh yeah, this is everything. This is everything, and I hope, you know, I don't know if many of you saw this hat, but I don't know if you can see my face anymore, because I know it's really dark, but I just wanted y'all to see this gorgeous hat. You want to talk about sacred beauty? I got this at a place in Durham. It's called Ngozi Boutique, and it's a gift shop that sells Afrocentric wares, and I just absolutely am loving this hat, and I just wanted you all to see it. I also got this this dress from, believe it or not, a place called Kohl's in I forget where, but it's in North Carolina, and I just wanted to celebrate my sacredness. When I was growing up, I was told you're too black to wear red. You're too dark to be pretty. You're too dark to wear bright colors. And now I say, forget that. I am the one. I should be wearing bright colors. I should be celebrating myself and the way that I am with my own sacred beauty. And that's where my esteem lies and comes from. So I am celebrating myself. And so yes, I got my red dress on, and then these earrings here. I got these earrings from a sister named K Unity, and it says Nappy Goddess. And I just love these earrings. But y'all, tell me what you think about this hat, and does it get us ready for the sacred beauty? All right, y'all, this is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy. Ancient African wisdom and deep healing for the modern sister. Peace and blessings.